Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. This is day 3 of the Dan Smith from UK Bike Fit Takeover, and today Dan is supporting Leigh on a test ride, a circa 10 to 14 hour effort to try and test nutrition, fueling, pacing, speed, aero, all that stuff. So let's get stuck into it, but please do let Dan know in the comment section down below how much you're enjoying this footage, how much you're enjoying this content. He's doing a great job, I'm loving it, and hopefully you are too. Let's get stuck in.
Okay, so Leigh's gone. That was a bit of a rush, so I didn't get the camera out whilst we were trying to get him ready and trying to get him on the road for 5:30. It was Leigh's fault, he was late, so there you go. Sally's here. We've got a nice little camper van. I'll show you the camper van in a minute. We're gonna get Leigh's gels and bottles prepped for the next phase. So he's basically doing an out and back ride today, about 40k per lap, and then however many laps we need. And on his way back, we're going to swap his gels and his bottles out. So we top him up, and we're going to practice passing off a musette, maybe, just seeing, depending on how that goes and what the traffic conditions like are at the time. But we're on a nice little quiet road here, so yeah, it's pitch black, so you can't see anything in a minute, but because it's still 5:30 in the morning. So yeah, I'm gonna have a coffee and then I'll show you the van. Okay, so this is our little setup for the day. I think this is Steve's transporter. It's pretty cool. So Sally lives here.
Hi.
So yeah, we've got all these stuff down there. Everything's sort of laid out, ready to go, even though it looks like an absolute mess. It's an organised mess, I promise. Little kitchen, little fridge for all these stuff, Loughborough laptop, stopwatch, plan for the day, coffee. What more do you need? So I gave you a pretty introduction earlier, Sally, so if you want to just explain who you are, what you do, and what the plan is.
Yeah, so I'm Sally. I'm helping Leigh with the kind of physiological assessment, and I'm currently just analysing his urine. So we're
For fun, like we don't need to do that, but
yeah, no, why not? Mainly for check he's hydrating enough. So we'll check his urine levels and his blood lactate levels every 4 hours, so after each stage. And yeah, just checking he's okay, really.
Yeah. So that gives you like a little insight as to the depth, the detail, and the science that the whole record sort of built around. Yeah, like this is just a test run, but we're doing everything as closely as possible to the actual record attempt, so that we're as prepared as possible for when we do it, and also like to pick up any problems and things that don't go so well today, so we can iron them out for the actual attempt. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, so I just nipped out to try and find some funnels, because we're struggling filling Leigh's bottle up with carb mix and then with water without making a huge mess. So it's just little things like that like this is the reason why it's good to do this today, so we don't get to the record attempt and find out something silly like that is causing us problems, so we can just iron it out and sort it now. Went to Tesco. It's still 7 in the morning, so most places are still closed, but there's a Tesco that was open. Went there, no funnels, but I did get a duck wrap for my breakfast, so you know, silver linings and all that. There's a B&Q there as well, so we'll go back later and get some. Leigh's just on his second lap now, so we'll wait for him to come back, pass him his bottles, pass him his musette, and yeah, crack on. This first phase is going to be 4 hours of riding, so Leigh's not going to have a break now until about 9:30, and then he gets half an hour. He'll grab something to eat, have a little sit down and a rest, and then back on the bike. So repeat this 3 times until 9:30 basically. All right, Leigh's about to finish his second block of 4 hours. It is nearly 2 o'clock, so he'll have been riding, actual riding time, for about 8 hours now. He had a half-hour break in between block 1 and block 2. So we've tweaked the nutrition a little bit. basically because Leigh couldn't stomach the amount of carbs that was on his plan originally, so I've had to tweak it a bit just because he just can't get it down him. But that's okay. Sally's testing the effects of that through his urine, so we'll get an idea as to what effect that's had on him basically. So we'll have a look at that when he comes back. He's going to have another half-hour break now. He's made a request for some a very random request for some Scotch broth soup and Marmite on white toast, so we've done our best to get that from the local cafe, who've been very nice. It's the cafe is called Sweet Little Sudbury. If you're in the area, come and check it out in Sudbury. It's a very good cafe, very accommodating for cyclists as well, so give them a shout. They've been really helpful to us today so far. So yeah, we'll see what he says when he gets back, but so far in terms of actually cycling, Leigh's doing brilliantly. Really good power, good speed on public roads, with traffic, with junctions, with roundabouts and everything else. A broken man eating
soup.
This bit of video doesn't even need words. It's just, you can see from the state of me spooning butter into my mouth.
Just give me calories.
Anything that's not syrup anymore. 600.
200 and 600 is the
Somewhere between
range
200 and
we want,
600,
yeah.
we reckon. I think I've probably gone to the other end of the scale. I'm going to go 500 on the piss
Yeah.
scale.
I was going to go 500, but now I'll go 550. Yeah.
What do you reckon, Dan?
Trying to guess the transparency of Leigh's piss. I'm gonna go 350.
Nice.
Yeah.
You reckon I've been drinking a lot?
Yeah, a lot less than
We are a
before.
winner.
What?
300.
Yeah. Nice.
Dan, the piss expert.
It's taking the piss, he really is.
All right, this is the morning after the trial run yesterday. So it ended a little bit quicker than we thought. Leigh basically went home to do the last phase of cycling on his watt bike. So we did do the 14 hours of cycling that we wanted him to do, which is amazing. Especially given all the troubles we had with his nutrition. So basically what happened is a bit of a summary to the day. During the first phase, first 4 hours of cycling, Leigh had his breakfast as normal, and then during the first 4 hours we gave him the strategy that we had planned and given to us by the nutritionist, and it just didn't suit Leigh, didn't settle with him for whatever reason, to be discussed with Leigh and the nutritionist. So he had stomach problems during that phase, and it was a bit of a downward spiral from there. He's still, like, cycling wise, he was still fine, but we just couldn't get enough calories into him to make up what he was burning out on the road. So obviously the power slightly dropped off during phase 3 in the first section, and then his last hour actually that he did out on the road was one of his best hours. He really picked up. So I think as his stomach started to recover and settle, he was able to put down more power, and the legs were there. So yeah, plenty to be tweaked and changed and discussed. That's exactly why we do these sorts of trial runs, to test out these sorts of things, to test out the strategies. And when they don't work, you learn a lot more than when they do. So we've definitely uncovered a lot of information from yesterday, which we'll take forward to the next part of the plan, which is really exciting. So all in all, even though the day didn't go well, the trial was a success in what we wanted to achieve. So which was learning a little bit more about Leigh and about certain aspects of the record attempt that we'll try and implement better next time. So it was a good day. It was a long day. I ended up getting home about 9 o'clock, so it wasn't too bad. We weren't due to leave Sudbury until 9:30, so it could have been a lot later. But I did have a little lie-in this morning. So yeah, onwards and upwards, and I will catch up with you another day.